Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Rich people are buying XRP, and poor people are selling XRP. I hope that this ends up being one of those videos that just reminds y'all out there to maybe not make important financial decisions based on your feels. And not that I'm telling you what to do. I don't know your particular situation. I'm not telling you to do or not do anything. I'm just saying that from my perch up here, high atop the Moon Family Sedan channel, it does look to me like there are some strong emotions at play here, and the individuals that have accumulated wealth, they probably got there for a reason. They're probably behaving a little bit differently than the masses. Look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. Whales bought 360 million XRP amid recent 12% price drop. Well, color me surprised. And then there's also this headline from you today. XRP beats Bitcoin as most popular asset on South Korea's BitHum. That's right. Now, this is not something that you see every day, though. This was a headline because it has happened earlier this year. Not that it had never happened before that, but you don't see it every day. But it just happens to be the case that people in Asia, big fans of XRP, as it turns out. And specifically in South Korea, gigantic fans of XRP, such that it, from time to time, is more popular than Bitcoin. You really don't see that anywhere else that I've been made aware of anyway. Maybe I missed something, but I don't recall seeing this elsewhere on the planet. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this, and this is important given the topic that we're talking about, XRP is at 47 cents. So yes, a little up over the last 24 hours, up 2.22%, but if you look over the last 7 days, down a fair bit. Bitcoin at $30,715, up 1.44% over the last 24 hours. And so you'll see as I get into the specifics here, it's so fascinating to see time and time again, it's the rich, the wealthy, that keep buying XRP at the most opportune times, and the poorest people who squander their opportunity for generational wealth. That's what it looks like to me anyway. You have the market cap for the asset class at $1.19 trillion and Bitcoin dominance at 49.78%. And the Fear and Greed Index on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 56 out of 100. So, yay, back up into greed. You greedy SOBs. Love seeing you like that. I don't like seeing all you typical, lemming retail speculators out there in fear mode. Not you guys listening to this, but I'm just saying, I think that the typical person who invests in general, whether it's the stock market or crypto, what they could use is logic, knowledge, data, and self-control. I think if they had those things, if only, maybe they wouldn't be squandering opportunity here again and again and again. Which is why videos like these, well, I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell, and I don't know your specific circumstances, so for specific individuals, I admit, of course, it could make very good sense on an individual level for people to sell for their own personal reasons as price is going down. I'm just saying in a general sense, when people are selling, it's not because they need the money in the moment, it's because of emotions. And so, when I'm putting out a video like this, I just think it serves as a friendly reminder to check your emotions at the door, because when it comes to investing, maybe, again, logic, data, reason, so on and so forth, understanding human psychology, maybe that would be a little bit more useful in determining what to do with your hard-earned net worth. So anyway, into this piece, it's again titled, Whales Bought 360 Million XRP Amid Recent 12% Price Drop. XRP might have plummeted by 12% over the past week, but whale addresses have leveraged this opportunity to amass over 360 million XRP tokens. XRP is facing one of the least favorable months of the year, having recently succumbed to bearish pressure. Amid this situation, the asset had dropped by 12% from June 22nd to the 28th, triggering an accumulation spree from whales who have purchased a staggering 360 million XRP since then. And you know what else is interesting, folks? I'll just pause to note here. As we've seen notable moves to the upside in terms of price action for XRP in March and in May as a result of developments pertaining to the SEC v. Ripple case, smart people, a lot of smart people placing their bets anticipating that with the impending conclusion in the SEC v. Ripple case, should it end up being positive, I think a lot of people are anticipating, of course, a tremendous move to the upside. So I'm just wondering, as we saw those price moves to the upside, how many of these poor individuals purchased as a result of what the other humans did, and then as the price started going down. So mind you, I'm asking how many people would have purchased at the top, and then as the price went down, started selling. It's just the moving parts to this. It'll never cease to amaze me. But anyway, piece continues. Prominent chartist Ali Martinez first drew attention to this development in a tweet today. Citing data from the behavior analytics platform Sentiment, Ali highlighted that whales holding 10 million to 100 million XRP procured 360 million XRP over the past week. A close look at the balances of these whale addresses, substantiates this claim. Per Sentiment data, the cumulative balance of these addresses stood at 4.5 billion XRP as of June 23rd. Data from Ali's screenshot shows that this value recently increased to 4.86 billion XRP. So there you go, folks, as the price was dropping. And here, I'll show you. You want to see a 7-day price chart for XRP? Let's take a look at this. XRP down. And it's down 5.46% over the last 7 days, but that doesn't take into account what the lowest point was. When was that? So it would have been... Yeah, so it would have been on the 28th at 2:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, which just happens in my time zone. So, if you look at that, compared to where the bottom ended up being for the last 7 days, an even greater percentage decline than that. And it's so fascinating to see this data, though. Because check this out. The upswing represents a surge in balance by up to 360 million XRP, valued at a whopping $170 million against prevailing rates. However, current data suggests that this balance is slightly depleted to 4.82 billion XRP. The market observed this accumulation trend by whales holding 10 million to 100 million XRP from late February to early March. Interestingly, the past accumulation spree also coincided with an XRP price drop. Well, how about that? What do you know? As the whales are making their purchases to the upside, because these are the more savvy investors, I believe, certainly in a general sense, as these whales were purchasing to the upside, ultimately, what did they do? Well, then there was ultimately sell pressure as you get towards that local upside. And then what happened again in May? It's so funny to see this. And yes, it is the case that the news surrounding the SEC v. Ripple case, I think a lot of it was triggered by that. I think it's fair to say. Although there was a resurgence in crypto prices in the beginning part of this year, so I certainly acknowledge that as well. I'm just saying it's rinse and repeat with this, which is why I like to highlight these behaviors so that you can make your own informed decisions. Because I'm not telling you, I don't know your circumstances, I'm not telling you to buy or sell. I have no interest in offering any financial advice whatsoever. I'm just saying be aware of this, because I think being aware of these behaviors helps us to control our own emotions. Because, and I've said this many times, and I firmly believe it, the greatest barrier to achieving life-changing wealth in crypto is yourself. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to just people in a general sense is what I mean by that. Own worst enemies. Because the emotions seep in and it becomes unbearable. The people just can't handle it. Anyway, piece continues. These whale addresses held a collective balance of 3.69 billion XRP as of February 21st. However, they embarked on a purchase campaign, augmenting their holding to 4.34 billion XRP on March 8th. This represented a 650 million purchase spree. The accumulation preceded the XRP rally that began a few weeks later. So yeah, obvious stuff. But what happens on the flip side? What if you're one of the... excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. Sorry, folks. What happens if you are one of the smaller XRP holders out there? How do you behave? When you see the price go down, do you put more of your hard-earned dollars or whatever your fiat currency is into XRP? Oh, many say no. And it's so funny because so frequently it's just these, I mean, they play a big part of it anyway. A lot of these smaller accounts, moving the price. It really is that the world over, So fine, you see local highs in markets just in general, certainly in crypto, and then whales will start selling. And maybe that could even trigger a further move to the downside, but it's mostly the people who aren't rich who ensure that it continues to move in that direction, at least for some length of time. It's mostly people that don't have a ton of money that hold a ton of this stuff, and then it just goes. So look at how the small XRP addresses have been responding by selling off. Piece continues, despite this market uptick in accumulation among whale addresses, smaller XRP addresses have been selling off their bags since mid-June. Addresses holding between 10 and 100 XRP tokens have sold off over 1.7 million XRP since June 14th. Well, how about that? How many of you out there are actually surprised? And so that's why I'll say, even if you're new to crypto or new to the channel, maybe this is one of the first times you've heard something like this. For many of you listening, I'm willing to bet that you're aware of this, but even so, I think it's very useful to make sure that you're continually reminded, because we're humans. It's not such that in life, if there's something important, certainly generally speaking at a minimum, you don't just hear something of crucial importance once and they're like, yeah, I don't need to hear that concept ever again. Don't ever articulate that to me again. No. We're humans. And we can fall back and we can be wishy-washy and we can fall prey to our own emotions. And so being reminded of this is actually useful. So here's me reminding you, not telling you to buy or sell anything, period, because I don't know what's best for you. I have no background in finance. I'm just suggesting that it would be wise to use logic and data in making important financial decisions for yourself and not to fall victim to your own emotions. That's what I'm suggesting. That's pretty much it. And take a look at this, and I do love seeing this. It just happens from time to time. XRP beats Bitcoin as most popular asset on South Korea's Bithumb. The sixth largest cryptocurrency by market cap, XRP has eclipsed Bitcoin as the most traded asset on South Korean exchange Bithumb. According to CoinMarketCap, XRP has surpassed Bitcoin in terms of trading volume on Bithumb, one of South Korea's largest crypto exchanges. On the Bithumb exchange, the XRP/KRW, which of course is Korean won, a trading pair, accounted for 17.85% of all volumes, totaling $30.8 million, and is the most traded asset, surpassing Bitcoin. How can this happen? It'll be interesting if one day, XRP ends up supplanting Bitcoin in terms of market cap. Because, look, maybe it's the case that Bitcoin ends up being number one in terms of market cap forever purely because it was there first and it's the standard and, it's the go-to crypto for whatever, new people, because it doesn't really do that much, store of value. But there is something to be said for something that becomes a standard, and Bitcoin is the quote-unquote brand name, if you will. But if you look at pure utility, what's the greatest thing that can be done with a cryptocurrency? Is it really going to be the case that something that's just a store of value is forever going to be number one in market cap because of reasons? Maybe. I still have a certain level of skepticism about that. I don't know if it'll be XRP that first surpasses it, but I'll not be surprised if something else does, because look, if you've got other cryptos, and you do, that can do other things that Bitcoin frankly can't, well, it's certainly plausible to suppose that perhaps you do end up seeing a world where, because there's another crypto out there that's doing something pretty fantastic, it's adopted in a pretty broad fashion, brings attention to it, more money flows in, and then as a result of that, people are confident that it's probably not going anywhere, which causes people to purchase that instead of Bitcoin, even for the primary use case of Bitcoin, which is store of value. Like, that doesn't sound wacky to me. So really, the most money is going to flow to the cryptocurrency or currencies that solve the most problems, the greatest problems. So is the greatest problem that can be solved store of value? I doubt it. The only other way to look at this that I think is reasonable to argue that might make you think, okay, maybe Bitcoin's still number one even though store of value likely won't be the greatest problem that can be solved with a cryptocurrency, it's because with any cryptocurrency, especially like Bitcoin that's been around from the beginning, it's the first cryptocurrency that gets traction, layer 2 technologies come along. Layer 2 technologies or layer 1 technologies that can be used as though it's a layer 2 technology, like the XRP ledger, which is the best way to move Bitcoin. You start pairing that up, well, that can help to ensure that Bitcoin actually does stay number one. Then you can use it for other stuff. So there's a lot of moving parts here. That's why I'm not 100% convinced on anything. I still am skeptical that Bitcoin's number one forever, but it's not the craziest idea. Anyway, piece continues. XRP overtaking Bitcoin in trading volume at the moment remains significant because XRP is not experiencing a surge that would fuel a massive increase in trading volume. XRP is falling in step with the rest of the cryptocurrency market. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin was down 1.16% to $30,456. And then XRP, like I was, down 1.94% over the 24-hour period to 47 cents. So it's just fascinating. I think back to late 2017, early 2018, and I think a primary driver of what was happening was just price action occurring certainly outside of the United States, but something that was broadly highlighted is what was happening in terms of price action, specifically in South Korea. And there's large crypto holdings outside of the United States in Asia specifically. So, actually, I'll just pull this up for the sake of it. I was just doing a random Google search before recording this video, and I hadn't seen this website before. I'll just take the numbers here at face value because they seem in line with what I already had seen reported from various outlets that I do believe are trustworthy. And they noted the following. As of 2023, we estimated global crypto ownership rates at an average of 4.2%, with over 420 million crypto users worldwide. So out of the 420 million, 54 million in North America, and in Asia, 260 million. And I understand that South Korea is just a piece of that. I think it may just be like a couple million in South Korea, but it's just so fascinating. The amount of media attention, you kind of wonder how much that drives stuff in social media. But either way, even if not, because I don't have a definitive way to figure that out, I'll just say, the amount of love for XRP in South Korea is notable, and it persists. It hasn't changed. And I just kind of wonder, to what degree is that going to spread the world over? That's part of what I was thinking when I started talking a few minutes ago about, okay, could Bitcoin ever be supplanted? Well, South Koreans, they seem to think that XRP deserves to be given Bitcoin a run for its money, and that's why it's happening. And this is with the price suppression, as a result of the SEC v. Ripple case. And their perspective has persisted since at least when I jumped into crypto, which is 2017. So to what degree could that opinion, that perspective spread? And if so, man, the degree to which we're early, it'd be hard to sufficiently state the degree to which we're early if that's the case. So you let me know what you think, but I just hope that this video has served as a friendly reminder, even if you are aware of these concepts here. Just check yourself, son. It's okay. It's okay. We're all human. People get scared. I get it. Anytime you get scared, just come to the Moon Family Sedan channel, because I'll tell you what I won't ever be doing is buying or selling based on emotion. That just ain't gonna happen. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.